A mathematical equation for I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow the house down? Are you kidding me? I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow the house down. A mathematical equation. Four walls. To a roof that supports 360 degrees, in which two sides go up like this. I'm talking about a teepee house. Okay, we have to understand all sorts of houses. If we're looking at a castle, castles are related to the Indians and the teepee because in the corner of a castle where the maiden is and it's round, she needs a teepee top where all the sticks have to crisscross together in order to get that way. One stick on this side, one stick, or you can put them all in a point and put a cap on top of it, right? And screw a bolt into it. And then put one underneath, holding them all together, binding them. If we should slice it this way in a one fashion, when a circle, when a round circle is like this, around like a teepee, and you cut off the tip of the teepee to hang those sticks, the minute you would cut this way through it and hold it this way, it'll look like a V, like a wishbone. The center of the teepee. Do you understand what the teepee is like this? The teepee looks like this, but if it was oval, and instead of having crisscross lines, you put a C on top of it and trapping in. Or you put a cap on top of it, turn this the other way around, capping it. Once I slice this in half this way, and this way and this way, even if I'll see this round at the bottom, when I cut this, here I'll see two parts of a moon, quarter moons. But when I slice this all the way around over here, if I slice it all the way around over here, I'm just going to get a ring. I slice it over here, I get an oval. It gets closed at the top. I slice it on the sides, becomes a V. Roman numeral 2 and 2V. 2 and 2V because the stick becomes connecting 2 and 2. Why is it like this, 2 and 2? Let me just draw this. Let me draw this, okay? Now imagine that this is the gas station, right? Imagine that this is the gas station. And you need to come into the gas station and there's some parking lots in the gas station. So you come into the gas station and let's say here's the outlets between the terminals between the two, and there's the center of the gas station. So if you want to pay, you have to make sure you stay on line from the entry into this parking and this parking and this parking. So I am a piece. Here is me. This is my car. Okay? Here is my car. Here's my car. And I'm in the parking lot of your gas station. Here I am. Trying to remember how this works at the end. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this the way it was? No, no, it's gotta be something like this. See this piece over here? This is gonna fit in over here. See the way it's like a gun? See this? It fits over here. And then there's another piece that comes onto this side. I'm not gonna draw both of them, but you do definitely see how this fits, right? It fits right over here. And just to show you that it really does fit, I'll make it much easier. We'll make it fit with a little bit of the one spirit. The one spirit will connect us. Will it not? Here's that one spirit. And now we connected the two sides. They look like one. This is the center part, okay, that is connected. The one spirit. If you really take a look at it, it'd be pyramid levels. Pyramid levels. You see these pyramid levels that go down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is done. This formation is done what I call the walking rotation. Where is that? It's the walking rotation here. Where every time I get the 5, I need to put a pyramid. Here goes a half a pyramid.
Okay, then I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I build another pyramid, and then I build another pyramid, and then I build another pyramid. Once I get the numbers replaced for pyramids, I then build it on the other side. I build it over here. Remember, this has to come here. This line, I cannot start to here. I have to be one pyramid apart. So I take this one over here, one pyramid, and then I take this one in the center. I go, and then I build two pyramids, and then I continue down. This would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This would be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I build all these same pyramids. I did it upside down. Um, this should have been over 1. I'm off by a smidget, but we're just gonna compensate for that. So then this one had to be here, and this one had to be here, and this one had to be here. Okay, right over here. This one had to be here, and this one had to be over here. Actually, this was indented. You see? Oh yeah, here it is. Here's that indent. Here's that indent. I shouldn't have done that. This should be actually on this angle. Sorry about that. So putting that on this angle, we're going to just show you it's actually making what you do is you're building two sides, right? One side and now the other side. Inside it'll actually look like 2 feet or two animals. Now once you take this design, okay, once you take this design over here, this will recreate and recreate and we expand it. Then we take the numbers out again. And these numbers, we flip all upside down. We flip these upside down, right side up, upside down, separating the two sides. It'll then create a design. I don't have it on me right now, but I've done this before somewhere else. What I'd like to talk to you about right now is the wolf and the flow. Both get number 56. Both make number creation. Both get number 11. Two worlds. 11 says automatically two worlds because once you have 1 and 1, you got something in between. You have the space. The space in between is the difference between the roof and the floor. Inside roof, ROOF, ROOF. The difference is L12. They both have the letter R. They both have O's, but the difference is the L in one, 12. The difference in this one is there's no L for floor. Take out the L, you have roof. The difference is 12. 18th letter, 12th letter, 6 letters, 6, 12, 18, 3, 6, 9. O and O is 6 and 6. 6, 3, 6, 6, 9. 6, 3, 9, 6, 6, 12 equals 21, and 9 equals 30 equals 36 creation in the floor. Roof 9, 6, 6, 21, and 6, 27 says the red roof. 2 and 7 is 9. 27, the beta roof, the roof and the floor. There's one of each. There's 4 walls or there's 3 walls. You can complete this with 3 walls. Roof and floor, 3 walls. 6, 12, 48 equals the space within the sun. Okay, the sun of D and E. And this one comes out to 66. The two sides, 72, the side running on time. 6, 12, 18, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 9, 3, 6, 3. 6, 3 and 0 is creation, becomes 9, 9, 3, 6. 81, creation of Venus. Creation of Venus of time. 0, 6 becomes 6, 6 again, becomes 3. 3 becomes 9. So this will 6 will revert to 9. Why does it revert to 9? Because this corner and this corner. This corner is lost because it meets this corner here. Once this corner meets over here, right? See these two corners? They meet these two corners. But the reality is it's this part of the world and this. The angle is off. This is in one clock and this is in the other clock. This is the way the arrow meets between the two clocks. In this diamond over here that connects the two worlds. One over here. You see the way the angle is? It's like the quasar angle. It's going on this angle, the angle of the sun. I'm just bringing scenario now. Okay, it has to be discussed. 72 or the 27 red planet. 48 equals roof. 66, this equals 3, this equals 3. 6 and 6, 12, 4 and 8, 12. 12 and 12, roof and floor. The wall is 23, right? See the way it ends in F and begins in F? All you need is a roll off. Can you replace it with the moon? 1 and 3? Of course you could, because it's all threes. It's all threes. Of course it's 1 and 3. 1 is with 6 all the time. 1 is with 6. 1 is what 6 regardless in 2 and in 8. 2 times 4 is 8 equals 48. Why? Because you need 4. You need this in 4 places. Why? Because 1 and 2 together say 1/2. 1 and 8 together say 1/8. This is the Holy Ghost. Here we're missing the 8, right? But the opposite of 6 is 8. We're missing the 8. The 8 is right here. The Holy Ghost of 6 is 8. The Holy Ghost of 3 is 5. Electric company. 3 is 5. The Holy Ghost of 5. The Holy Ghost of 5 is 7. 5, 7. Electric company in Venus. 72. 9 times 8. The high sky. You know what I think I would do? Listen to this. Listen, listen. Let's do something to make everything fair. The same way the same way in order to keep boats on top of the water, there has to be a certain degree of balance, okay? And it has to work all the way down the line, and it has to work for every level. It has to work for every level. So this is what I say. Every 7 years, starting in the 4th year, everybody is issued, every man, woman, and up to 2 children, okay, 10 each, okay, is issued $20,000. It doesn't matter how rich you are. It doesn't matter how rich you are. The thing is, these funds that you get must be spent in your home state. Unless they don't, I mean, in your home country. Sorry, in your home country. You can buy anything in your home country, right? You can't leave the country and take the money with you. But everybody gets it, rich or poor. It doesn't matter. Everybody gets it, fair for everybody. The rich won't care. The poor will be able to spend, the rich will be happy. Print it up. Let it happen all over the world. So the money will all go down a percentage. Big deal if the money goes down the percentage. Money isn't starving. Is money starving? Money's not starving. It goes into a market. They call it hedgehogs or hedge funds. They move the money here to move the money here. Sometimes people play with too much money and lose too much money that they shouldn't. But they're lucky because every 7 years you're getting 20 more thousand. The more you play with the money, it doesn't matter if it goes down, if the weight is down. In order to keep the people up, everybody must get $20,000 every 7 years starting in the 4th year. Over and above any taxes. We should just print it up and you can buy anything you want with that 20,000 except you're not allowed to own more than one home or an apartment building or something into that nature on average. We cannot become the monopoly game is now interest rated. This is where I got the idea because in the monopoly game, once you own, you collect from everybody. But every 7 years, if you can't spend any of your monopoly money in any more places, you may as well not own all the homes and make all that money because they'll be paying their rent with that money. So what do you do with the money? They're buying boats that were built right here. A little bit more expensive than somewhere else, but at least we got that 20,000 if we really want to go spend the boat. We will be taxing ourselves in all actuality. We won't need the actual. And anyways, what's going on with the money in government right now and what they do, don't even want to get into it. Not even my business. I came to the end result, how to make sea level. Once you can see it level, you can think. People that are at a certain level begin to slide. Okay, we begin to slide. The minute you have less than 10,000 or 20,000 in your bank account, you begin to slide. Okay, Well, there's hundreds of thousands that owe and have nothing in their bank account, that are starving and can't eat. Wouldn't they love it that they made a mistake? They made one big mistake in their life and they'll never have money again. Every 7 years, starting in the fourth year, everybody in the world gets 20,000 of their dollars related to the $1 American right now. Nobody loses. Nobody loses. We just have some rules and regulations on money, nothing else. Rules and regulations on money. And they're easily to come to terms because it's your money. I don't want your money. If I did want your money, I'd hold it to get something back from you. And then it grows out of proportion. Now, who's got my money? May as well have just one money. Then we'll control that money. Just give everybody 20,000. Talk about it later. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, roof and floor. 6648, the difference is 18. We need the walls in between as the angel resident, the R letter, sits himself in between. If I took out 18 here, but here it's 6 and 12, 18. What is the difference? This 6 says, I am 06 valued as 1 cube inside the circle. The 6 is in the middle of the circle. Do you know why? Because of this. Have you ever seen that Roman numeral number? That, well, there's the sin and the shin. It's the corner. The stick for 5 is in the center, 6. It is the circle around the 5 that gives its 5 its life. The halo around man's head, the moon. So 6 is 4 and 1. 6 minus 1, we live from here, the corner. 3. 3 times 6 is 18. Resh, resident angel. 2 times 6 is 12. 1 times 6, straight up 6, right over here. That's the 6th one, right over here. V, 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 66. VV, 44 for space. 44 plus 1, 45. Minus 1, 43. 4 times 8 is 32. The doorway to 11. 311 is Nibiru. This equals to half. It's relevant to creation, which is 30 and 36. 66, 36. 3/4 plus the resident angel, the living one in the house, the R letter, the spirit. 3 becomes 0, 3. The only way to make 3. 3 becomes the birth 9. 3 times 3. 0, 3. Zeros get 6. 6 and 3 becomes the number 11. It's irrelevant to 11. 63 represents Jupiter because when I started this project, Jupiter had 63 moons. 6 and 3 is half. Right? 3 is 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. The difference between 6 and 10 is 4. 10, 4 is BC, the CB codes. 3, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, the bad cat. Why? Because 2 and 1 is 3 and 4 and 1 is 5. 3 and 1 creates 11, 2 worlds. I don't know it. It's not what I know. I know that I went down to the casino once and I saw these 2 dice together and I manipulated them. And by chance, I fixed these dice. See on this side? Hold on a second. See on this side? That's 3, right? And I went to the casino and I specially went to the dice and I made sure that 11 was on the other side. This one over here has 15 empty spots. 7 and 8, the gateway, 15. This one has 3 and 4 empty spots. DC, 3 and 4, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 9 will revert to 5. BC, right? We have BC that I just showed you, and BC becomes D and E, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The bad cat electric company. The cat, an electric company in a half space. Why is it a half space? Because 48. 4 and 8 is half. Half of 3 and 6. Of in 3 and 6, 2 and 3 lives. 5 and 6 lives in 3 and 6. Why 5 and 6 lives in 3 and 6? Because 5 and 6 is actually 4 and 6, which is part of 2 and 6 and 1 and 6. This is 1 and 6 and 2 and 6. And then when 6 comes into this world, it automatically carries the 5 with it. Automatically. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 5. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals 2 and 7. 2 and 7 is one round under this, holding the Holy Ghost. 2 and 7, 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 equals 14 and 9, 23. Over here. 1, 2 equals 3. 3 equals 3. 4 by 8, 4 plus 8 is 12. I should have just put 12, 12. If I put 12, 12, it would both say half and half. If this is saying half and this is saying half, these two are equal. 1/3 is equal to this. Yeah, 1 and 2. 2 times this, 2 times this, 2 times 3 equals 6. 263s equals 126. It's a 9-day 414 episode. Why? Because you have to live your 4 days above to the 1 day in the center to the 4 days below. And then you keep on rotating around this diamond over here. Floor, wall, wolf, flow. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. He blows down the wall. He blows down the wall of a triangle, but inside of a triangle, okay, a 3-wall pyramid, 2 walls will hold the roofs. Is it not true? But if each part of the wall had its own roof, if you blow down one part of the wall, the rest of the roof will stand. But we're going to just say blow down a regular square house because we're playing with a cube, and you blow down the 4 walls. What will happen? The roof will still be on top and the floor will still be on the bottom. But if you blow my roof off, I will no longer have the floor, but I'll have the 4 walls. But you can't blow my floor off. You can only come down crashing onto the floor. So if you come crashing onto the floor, 6, 12, 30, and 18, in which the floor becomes your 8. R-O-O-L, R-H, L. This letter L is the flower. This is the F, and this is the L. Fell to the floor. Left floor, right floor, left floor, right floor, LFT. I'm just thinking because the crosses inside the F also look like the T for left and right. Like the floor is, and the roof are almost like the walls, right? You ever feel like that? The floor and the roof are almost like the walls because the floor is below you and you can't go beneath it, so it's like a wall. And the roof, well, you can't go through it, so it must be another wall. But the walls that should be standing right in front of you seem to stop you all the time. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm putting together what the letter J, Jack, or a feeding station to a greater design from this item, from a smaller design of this item. Looking inside why the Q goes from 5 into 6. If it goes from 5 into 6, it must go 5 into 1. The distance is 4. From 6, 4 equals to 2. 1 and 2, A and B. What is this? 40. This is a 135-degree angle on your clock. Okay, I need 2 clocks, one on top of the other one. Actually, I need 4 clocks because I need to put a clock in between. The clock where all clocks will run in between this clock. And we all know once it reaches 135 degrees, no, 3/4, no. Here's half, here's to 1 to 2, here's 90, 135-degree angle over here, right? And if this reaches 1/4 angle, 135 and 1/4 is 180. This one is up, this one is down. These 2 arms will meet, the clock up here, the clock up here, the clock here, and the clock here, and it'll show like a spark plug thing over here. You ever see the graduation cap? Like where it hangs over? Well, all these will come together and an energy will come right here. Let's say a water will flow right through here, or a mist. So the water flows through mist, igniting this one, this one, this one, this one. So when the clock strikes 12, right, and everybody says the electricity, everything ends, it's because all of these wires are now up here. They're all separated. When the clock strikes 12, it strikes 1 and 2. It strikes 1:30. Not midnight. When the clock strikes 12 or the clock strikes midnight, understand that 12 is 1 and 2. 1 and 2 equals 3. So if the clock strikes 12, it moves all the way to 3 o'clock. Or if it's a 24-hour clock, it moves all the way to 6. 6 is all the way down at the bottom of the clock. Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck X. And I'm not sure what the song or the riddle is, but I can tell you for sure that there's a mathematical result, an art piece that will come out of the equation that puts the mouse up and down the clock and for its own reality inside the story of any rhyme or riddle that is out there. It can be a rhyme or a riddle, it can be a movie or a song, come out of the Bible, whatever word comes out of your mouth, whatever sound, however you make sounds the way you are, you're in a category, you've been categorized. Thank you for watching, and it's all great. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. 25 minutes, looks like a 2 looks like a 7. 5 is rounded like the C with a corner V in the left corner. I'm looking at the clock. The two circles, the upper circle, if it was 2 and 8, it shows two exact separations in the world. 2 and 8 are two separated worlds. 5 separates 2 and 8. 5 separates 2 and 8, according to this digital writing. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.